Not many people would have recognized you, I think. But it is indeed Vince, as we are going to see the quick take from Retro on Jet, dashing through here, looking to burst onto the site, and they have indeed found space, but First Blood's gone to Tins, as they put a lot of mid-focus here on Cloud9. They really took control of that and kind of just played for the retake on B, and they will have the huge advantage because of that.
Fault line through. No one is tagged in the process. But again, remember, this is a bonus for Cloud9. Renegades have got to get their teeth and sink it into this round. Gotta keep that economy down.
Oh,
Boombot destroying Shinobi. Had two players to contend with as well. Paint shells are out, forces Tens back a little bit more. Here's the one player with the rifle, and now he is the last player alive. Still all of his HP intact. Headshot comes through. Gets 2 kills, which is really impressive considering he should have been dead to.
For a team that definitely can do these nice little burst type plays, they're very comfortable just kind of using the raised blast pack and the jet dash with, you know, a combination of breach flashes to really just kind of close distance and try to knock the defense off guard. And so it looks like we're going to be seeing that again. Their team doesn't really play default a lot, Vince. They really do kind of favor lining up these executes early on, and it's going to happen again.
Straight out. Nothing slow, nothing steady about this, but the over-aggression may be an overextension. And it has been reined back by Mitch. And although Tens is low, he still stands his ground for one. The spike's still under control of Renegades, but they've been smoked off and kept at bay, and it's going to be difficult for them to step back up again and make anything work. They need entries desperately.
Yeah, they need Randy to be able to figure something out here in B heaven and kind of divert the attention of this B defense, or at least kind of force them to respect multiple angles at once. But Tins, playing smart, will retreat. He does give up B heaven control, but he keeps his life. And again, Cloud9 with these numbers can just play retake. They can play, you know, steady. They don't need to take any huge risk. They now have the alert that Randy has indeed taken B heaven with the turret. They will drop down the lockdown here to try to push the defense out of place.
30 seconds left.
Randy gets the entry we were looking for. It's Vice that goes peeking. Getting punished. Great flashpoint from CP2. Yields the kill into Tens, who was low. 20 seconds. Mitch, with 26 HP to his name, will get his third of the round and could be in for more. But Relics takes it away from him. Not that he'll give any cares about that, because
a big clutch from Bergie. This is impressive stuff. Now, can they follow it up in the second half is a different story. And also, one chapter we still have left to turn on this one is whether or not we can see them close the gap and tie this thing up before we transition, as once again, they're looking towards B very early on.
More aggression. Love to see Renegades just ruthless on their endeavors. Satchels supplying Winsome with very quick positioning. It will be another post plant. This is happening so quickly, though, that you have to assume Cloud9 are going to have a ton of utility. Rolling Thunder alongside the lockdown have been counteracting one another. Paranoia is on point, but no one's there to follow it up. Boombot around the corner. Now Mitch gets up close and personal. Relics with 2. Paint shells, and then the Phantom into the head of Retro. And another one as Randy Savage gets called, and Shinobi catches CP2 out in the open. Cloud9 with a perfect retake.
Yeah, one of the few times you're actually going to see a lockdown attain someone.
That's Cloud9, because they'll feel like this should have been a done deal. They'll feel like they should be headed to Ascent right now, 1-0 up.
They were on a run, man. I mean, they had that run where they won 4 or 5 rounds, but right at the end, Renegades won 4 of the last 5 to force us to this point. So, yeah, a little bit of a failure to close from Cloud9. But again, Renegades, we've been impressed by them all game long, and they are not done showing off, it seems.
Aggression up in the face. Winsome clearly feeling it. Headshot delivered instantly, and this is where Mitch was a real nuisance and a real behemoth over on regulation for Cloud9. He was doing so much work. Top fragging for his team. It's a post plant. Cloud9 now starting to throw in their utility, try and fend away and force back the now defending attackers of Renegades, who put their flag deep into the ground of B. Dark cover, holding a bit more ground. Wells gets picked off instantly, and Bergie then goes in for the headshot on Vice. And hold the phones, ladies and
gentlemen. We're going the distance and then some. Whose stamina can last longer is now the question, as we do see Renegades lining up for one of those B burst plays again. They've been oh so potent with. It's been their bread and butter, Vince, and we'll see if it's good again this time.
Feels like they've got a good read of it, though, Cloud9. It was that play that we mentioned before with Vice and the fault line. This time, though, they do wait a little bit longer. Winsome in first. It's a 2-for-2 trade, but now Tens will take that equality and flush it down the toilet. 2v2 now falls upon us. Cloud9 have lost control over B, but they've kept Renegades honest. CP2 going in for the full plant. Winston alongside him. Pink shell off the wall. Won't be claiming the kill, but does a lot of damage to CP2. He's down to 41. Can't really afford to peek too often. And if he does, it needs to be a snappy headshot. Instead, he's on the receiving end of a battering. Clobbered down by Mitch, who on the killjoy will be looking to go aggressive. Regs gets caught, but Winsome misses his window of opportunity. Now they know exactly where he is. They can force him back. Had he have landed that headshot cleanly, it very well could have gone his